Hi everyone, welcome to TFT Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my show, Goth Tarot. If your shadow isn't becoming to you, then maybe you should be coming to Goth Tarot. My weekly look into the insights, sorrows, shared experiences, things to watch out for that exist in our more goth, emo, dark-sided kind of community. It's not that we're always sad, it's maybe that we always have a lot of sad things to think about. So there is that. To do this reading, I have constructed a spread based on the classic Mystic 7, which interlaces two triangles, better known sometimes as the Star of David, the Jewish star, the Star of Solomon. And of course, that's 6 points around that star. And then the seventh card, making it the Mystic 7, is the one in the center. So I do this with a number of decks that have darker goth type of theme. So let's get started. We're going to work first constructing the first triangle, the ascending one. And for that, I use the 3 cards that I select from the Santa Muerte Tarot. So each of the points on these triangles will have an area of importance. The first point is what I call the dark design, and it's our focus. It's the overall tone of this week. It's the Two of Pentacles, and it's reversed. So there's a lot of things that are very topsy-turvy right now, maybe we wanted to say. Things that just seem to be not balanced correctly. There's a lot of activity going on. Maybe we feel we're really being pulled in many directions and we don't really see a way for us to adequately handle, the chores or burdens that we feel we have. So point 2 then is the dark drama. And the dark drama is the influences from the outside. So these could be people we know or people we don't know, but maybe they say things, maybe they have influence on people or situations around us that matter, that may take into account what's going on here. It's the upright Page of Cups. So I wonder if maybe there's something coming to you that's about an attraction to someone or something. It seems to possibly be romantic, but it could just be strong friendship. And so I wonder if this influence, maybe is what, I don't know if it's connected to that. I mean, unless you always get unbalanced when maybe you think you're falling in love. I know some people do, but I don't know about goth people. Do we? Maybe. This could also be talking too about how we are coming to appreciate a certain point of view that maybe is a little bit more abstract and mystical. And of course, this is coming from those outside influences. So once again, it may be something coming to you that maybe indicates a chance to dive deeper, to maybe work on your issues. So then completing our first triangle is the next point. And I call that the dark destiny, the idea of what seems to be the best way forward at this point. It's the reversed Eight of Cups. I'll just show that up there. Whoops. And the reversed Eight of Cups, well, the immediate thing tells me that maybe whatever's going on, and I don't know if it's related to those things, but something is telling us that there isn't necessarily a good way forward if it's situations we're trying to escape. There may be something we still have to look at there, or we're still not quite done with it, or that there are reasons why we don't want to maybe move down a different path. And of course, it would be very goth to say that we want to stay in our more darker path rather than walk towards a lighter path. But I would say that we probably have a good reason to want to do that. So now we're going to construct the next triangle, and I use different decks and just one for each of the points on that pyramid. So I'm going to get started, and we're going to talk about what our dark shadows are, the things that maybe are haunting us, whether they're actual spiritual or entities of some sort, or whether they're just parts of ourself that maybe we can't let go of. That's a haunting, something we can't seem to escape, something that bothers us tremendously, that maybe we're actually even scared of a little bit. So for this position, I am using the Goth Tarot. The Goth Tarot is, of course, about ghosts and spiritual things. So I use it to hone in on the idea of the kind of forces or senses that haunt us and that are holding us back or preventing us maybe from moving forward in the direction we would really like to go. It may tie into what the dark destiny was, the idea of how it is possibly moving forward, but it doesn't have to. All right. And the dark shadow is the reversed Four of Pentacles. For a minute I thought it was the glare, but it's actually the light coming through the window behind him in the painting. So I'll put that guy right there. And the reversed Four of Pentacles, what haunts us is we feel we've been trying to give of ourselves to somebody, to maybe make somebody understand our feelings or our point of view or our needs. And maybe we fear we've been doing this in vain, that it doesn't really work the way we wanted it to, that we're not gaining anything from it, we're just only giving up things. Maybe we're just afraid of giving up certain things anyway, that maybe it could be about things that are more in our material specter, our realm, I would say. Maybe we fear losses of money or losses of security, our job, things like that. So this could be a huge motivator. These things are probably real to our sense of perception of being something we fear, and it may be holding us back from maybe venturing into that other direction, a light direction perhaps, but just a better direction. Let's just say something where there's maybe more hope for us. So let's now move on to the next position, and that's the dark truth. The realities that we actually do have, the reality that maybe we're stuck with, regardless of all these other points on the triangles. And for this, I use the Night Sun Tarot. And several of these decks that I've been using so far are from the Lo Scarabeo branch of Llewellyn. It's mostly a European kind of based company, so the drawings, the paintings are actually really nice. They sort of represent maybe a non-typical sense of art that we would find with tarot, at least to me. But what do I know of art? So we're using the Night Sun Tarot to look at the dark truth, the reality that we find we actually inhabit and must accept regardless of anything else. The dark truth is the upright Five of Cups. The upright Five of Cups, the dark truth, is we mourn things or are sad or have regrets about things that have passed from our life and that we don't really find are there with us. But somehow we're missing the clue. We're missing the clue that a sense of what we had, have, want still remains. But we're blocking this out because we're too sad that we don't have that full picture we wanted. And so we're not able to count our blessings and move on, perhaps, is a dark truth of reality that we always find ourselves with a cup half full rather than, or half empty rather than half full. So it is talking about maybe something that is rather, goth, a more pessimistic view of life, a feeling that, most aspects of life are not with you. It is our reality. So now, of course, that means that the only thing that could be different would be if there was some sort of dark twist, an unexpected thing that could happen, unusual, unexpected, but maybe a sense of destiny. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it could be. But a dark twist could just be something really unexpected that is favorable. And so for this, I use the black tarot. It's very black. And it will complete the descending triangle. And just as a visual, our triangle started here. That was the top. It moved to there and then across to there. The descending one started at the bottom and moved to there and will now move here. I'm sort of working upside down today because of the way I have the camera angles going. So if it didn't seem quite professional, I'm very sorry. All right then. So what is the dark twist that we don't see coming? The thing that changes the script, flips the script. And it's the upright Knight of Wands. So I like that. The thing that maybe is a game changer, is a twist, is something we don't expect that maybe implies a sense of strong charisma or trustworthiness, either in a person who will be reaching out to us, or maybe it's ourselves embracing that moment to find some courage and to just test those fates. We have these situations where things seem to be really struggling and we're not able to move towards a better vantage point, and we can't change our philosophy of feeling like things are just negative and that we're haunted by loss, by giving up things. The dark twist says you don't have to be a victim. You could try to be brave, and find a way out of what your dark difficulties may be. It's up to you. So now we're going to give you a little ammunition for that by completing the Mystic 7 spread. I'll move these slightly and putting our card in the center. And that card is the Dark Gift. What is that gift, that insider intuition, abilities, skills that maybe not everyone has? What is that can help us? And for that, I'm going to use my favorite lovely deck. Well, I have many favorites, actually. Crow's Magick Tarot. I've had this deck for many years, probably 30. It used to be the deck that was used for our coven, because crows, of course, were quite sacred to our coven, or at least some sort of totem or spirit animal we thought about. So what is the dark gift? What is the thing, the essence, the quality we have, whatever it is, that we could actually use? Yes. The High Priestess. And underneath it says Necromancer Seer, which you don't often see necromancer apply to the High Priestess, but let's face it, when you're dealing with what the High Priestess is about, essentially your deep, dark unconscious and subconscious, and therefore your own connection to the spirit world and to the other world. So what your dark gift is that you can go into your own gnosis, your own deep dive into the back of your mind, the depths of your heart, wherever you need to go to find the true facts, the intuitions you need. It's not necessarily the dark truth or what haunts you. Where is the dark truth? The dark truth's over there. So it's beyond that. It's embracing spirit at some core level of yourself and looking for the dark gift that will help you. So now I want to do our shadow work, and of course, shadow work is provided by Syrian Shadows Earth and Bone Oracle set. I love using this. I think it's nearly always giving us a really good idea of what we can think about and process. And there's an affirmation too to just sort of resound to you. So I'm going to do that. All right, hold on. So we are here with the Earth and Bone Oracle set to give us our shadow work. And we've been here before. But you know, it's always time for our wisdom, advancement, independent thinking, enlightenment. The spirit of the owl calls to you. You are beginning to shift your views, not based on the illusion of attaining your goals, but by learning that you already are that which you seek. Continue to act as if the things you want are already a part of your reality. Make the mental shift from scarcity to abundance, from what isn't to what is. Replace the tools you'll need to connect yourself with the manifestation of your reality in your imagination. Choose to adore and love yourself. This isn't about adoring your outer self or accepting your eternal physical self. It's about accepting and loving the greatness and beauty of your inner existence. You're getting over your cynicism. You realize that you are more than your senses. You have begun to recognize and commit devotion to your own wonderful essence. Awaken to the incredible miracle you are. You are entering the higher dimensions. You can hear the teachings of the ascended masters. Continue to ignore any and all interference. You are being called to reflect on what you are feeling and why. Take time to ponder where these feelings are coming from. Create awareness of them so that you can modify future outcomes from events that are bound to happen again, because they are meant to teach you something that will help you grow and be the best version of yourself. Consider how you can be more awake and present in similar circumstances in the future. Examine how you feel in the situation and realize that you have the power to change it by making a choice and following through. Affirmation. I can connect my consciousness with the universe and guarantee myself peace at any moment. So I wanted to take a moment and reflect on what Al gave us here. And I don't see exactly maybe where it fits in other than to say that we just have to understand that all of this is a process and that we are choosing to evolve and that we do move through the situations of loss, deep loss even, but we find our way. Remember the affirmation. It kind of fits in with our final card, the High Priestess. So that's our show for today, for the week, and I hope you got something out of that. I'd love to see any of your comments or thoughts about it, or give us a like or a share. Enjoy the rest of the week, and remember that in darkness there are other blessings.